So hello everyone, today we are going to solve minimum number of people to teach on social network consisting of m users and some friendship between users. Two users can communicate with each other if they know a common language. You are given an integer n and an array of languages and an array of friendship. There are n languages numbered from 1 to n. Languages of I is set of languages of the ith user know what language, right? And friendship of I indicates UI and VI, where UI and VI are user 1 and user 2. You can say it like that particular way. If you choose one language to teach to some user so that all friends can communicate with each other, return the minimum number of users you need to teach. Note that friendship are not transitive, which means X is a friend of Y is friend of Z. That does not imply X is friends of Z, right? So this problem is quite interesting at first place. What we have to do, first understand this. You choose one language to teach it to some user so that all friends can communicate with each other, which means if this UI and VI are friend, then you have to check, do they share any mutual language, the common language? If yes, they can communicate right now already. But if not, you have to teach them one language, one particular language, so that they can communicate. Suppose you are taking some language L and you want to teach users that particular language who cannot communicate right now, right? And you have to return the minimum number of users you need to teach. So what I have done is, what I understand, as per I have created this particular solution, right? So I have created one vector, one set, need to learn. In this particular set, we are going to insert the friends who cannot communicate. And for checking the friends who cannot communicate, we take each pair of friendship, we take two friends and we check if they have friendship, do they share any mutual language? If yes, that means they can communicate right now. We don't need to teach any language to them, right? So what I have done is, I am checking if they both share any particular common language. For that I have maintained a variable found. If found is true, which means they share the common language. If they don't have any common language, this flag will be staying as false after completing this particular loop, right? And if they don't share any mutual language, we have to teach them any language, right? This is the one part of the solution. The second part is how we can track the minimum language we need to teach. So that we are going to use some mapping, and this mapping is language to person mapping. What this indicates? This indicates the particular language L is known by which users. Like if the P1, P2, P3 and so on up to let's say 5 person we have, and out of this person 1 and person 2 having friendship but they don't have any common language, so they cannot communicate, right? So we have to teach them language, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to store the already known language. Why? Let's take some problem here. Yes, this example. So in this example we can see 2 and 3 are friend. Okay, we cannot take 2 and 3 since they are sharing mutual language. Even 1 and 3 are sharing one mutual language, but these 1 and 2 are not having any mutual language. Since we have two languages, right? And we need to teach two people, P1 and P2. Let's say I am giving name it as P1 and P2. So they are not sharing any mutual language, so we are going to check the minimum number. For this we need to have some data about the already known languages. Why? So for minimum language what I am going to do is we are given n, so we are checking from 1 to all n languages, right? And we are checking for each language I need to teach how many peoples, and I will return the minimum number. As I told, we need to teach total, need to learn this particular set dot size people, right? And there may be possibilities, some user already know some language, like I am checking for 1, right? As I told, I am checking for all 1 to n. For let's say I am checking for 1 and I see language 1 is known by one person, so I have to teach one person, I have to teach the remaining one person, right? So our current minimum will become 1, right? I am checking again for 2. For 2 the number of people know language 2 is 1. This particular person knows the language 2, so we need to teach suppose x students, and out of x the size of that particular language known already knows, so we have to teach the remaining ones, right? So what we are going to do is, as I told, we are going to map. So we take a person we need to learn, we need to teach basically, and we check all the language he or she knows, and we take that particular language and push this person, so we can have track of which language is known by which users. I mean, the language 1 is known by how many person, like P1, P2, P3 and so on. Now we are taking an integer variable answer as int max, since we need the minimum answer. So what we are going to do is, as I told, we are going to check for all languages which will give the minimum output, and we check if I decide to teach the particular language, let's say L. For L I need to teach how many students or how many persons, so it will be the total number of people I need to teach x minus the people who already knows the language. I have to subtract it, since I will teach only to remaining one, right? So this will be our temporary variable teach. and we check if this teach is less than 0, less than the current answer. We are storing this, so we are simply doing answer is equal to minimum of teach and answer, and we are going to return answer, right? Let's try to submit out. Yes, it is working completely fine. So now let's talk about space and time complexity. So the space complexity we are going to talk first. Suppose we have total n people, number from 1 to m. We are given m, so let's take it as m, it will be better. So total m person, and each ith person knows the language I, means person 1 knows language 1, person 2 knows language 2, person 3 knows language 3, and so on, right? And we are given the this particular friendship. The maximum friendship which can be possible is m into m minus 1, right? M into m minus 1 by 2 to be precise. So something order of m square, total number of the total friendships. So in this case we are not having any mutual languages, so we have to pass all the data. So we have to go for all languages and calculate for all. So in worst case it should be going for n into m. I'm talking about space complexity. Let's check. I need to calculate. Let's see what LeetCode says, if they are giving us answer. Anyways, we can do it. So I think the complexity is n into m, but I need to check, verify. I might be wrong. So in this case we are going n square at max. It can be, I need to calculate. I can't say sure now. I have just solved the problem. So that is it for today. Thank you everyone.